All right. Let's come to child's pose on the mat. You might like to bring your big toe mounds together. You might like to have a block or two fists underneath your forehead. And as you settle, notice how you settle. So do you anchor into the points on the mat that you feel the most? And what is this quality of feeling anchored? Kind of imagine the anchor at the bottom of the ocean and the boat at the top. And there's a feeling of connectedness that when the winds blow, no matter what, you feel a sense of connectedness to the earth, secure. And how is your breath? What's the quality of your breath right now? In spite of the winds, in spite of the weather, in spite of the little nuances, triggers, how's the weather inside of you? Perhaps the waters get stormy sometimes. You feel the ripple. But how do you create your clear, pure, sattvic state? A sense of easefulness in spite of it all. So notice your breath. Maybe imagine and visualize a clear lake. And visualize the anchor being solid. A feeling of steadiness. Cultivate that. The winds will blow, we will be drawn in all directions, but in spite of it all, we can come back to a clear lake. A sense of sattva, purity, balance, no matter what. So just allow yourself to feel that, trust that, imagine that. You are anchored. Let's stay with that theme today and just keep orienting from our anchors. So come on back up to all fours. And per Cheryl's intention, bring in a sense of compassion and ease to your practice as well. So inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, just notice what's here. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Feel the whole spine from the a place of compassion, ease. Feel the breath move through you on these warm and hot days. Notice the cooling effect of your breath. Come back to center. Let's turn the head over to the left and just look over the left shoulder. Turn your toes to the left, a little side bend with a C. Breathe into the side body. Turn your toes over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Breathe. Come back to center. Tuck your toes and just come into a gentle downward dog this morning. So pedal the knees. Feel your palms press away. And just notice this quality of buoyancy and anchoredness at the same time. I feel my palms anchored, pressing away. And there's the elbow creases that turn towards my heart. There's a length in the spine all the way to the neck, creating space in the back lines of the legs without force. So feel your way in. And then tiptoe your feet to your hands. And come into your cat pose standing. So just a moment where you can give yourself a little wrap, bend your knees, a little round in the spine. Then anchor your feet. So feel the little points that really feel solid, the two sides of the heel, behind the big toe and the little. Again, you might need to bend your knees even more to find some space. Curl in to roll on up. Shoulders up and back and down. Hands to heart. And set your personal intention. You can add on to this idea of anchoring and a feeling of sense of stability and security in spite of it all. Maybe there's a personal asking or a prayer for someone else in your life. You fill in the blank and just give yourself time to set your intention for your practice. And when you have that, just release it through the thumb. Inhale, arms up, hands together, forefingers towards the ceiling, legs together. Just make a pencil with your body. Feel straight. Try not to hyperextend the knees. Inhale, come up and over to the right. Point the fingertips towards the corner wall of the ceiling. Breathe into the side body. You could take the thumb and forefinger around the wrist. Really open up the shoulder. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel the condensation on the right side of your body. Whole body alive. Inhale to come up and just take a moment to let your shoulders melt back and down. Open your feet 2 fists apart. Just feel just a moment of ease. No effort at all. Circulation. Legs together. Clasp hands in the non-habit way. Up and over to the other side. Press down. Open up. Imagine that pane of glass holding you. You're between these two panes and you're finding the just right edge to open, to feel a little bit of challenge so that you can breathe in and find softness in spite of it all. Back to center, shoulders up and back and down. Inhale, arms up through space. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, knees up or down. Plank position. See if you can feel stable here and buoyant at the same time. Knees, chest, chin, or lower. Let the back of the head and the back of the heart lift. The toenails press down. Lift. Low cobra. Exhale, lower. Feel the whisper of the breath in the back of the throat as you inhale. Lift a little higher. Legs are strong. Lower down. This time, come on up. Clasp your hands behind you. Feel your legs strong. Lift your heart. Squeeze your shoulders. Feel the belly button towards the spine. Open up the shoulders. Lower down. You can turn your palms up. Let your cheek rest to the side. Feel the opening of the shoulders momentarily. Heart beating. All fours. Downward dog. Let's open the dog a little bit more wide. You're warming up the body even more. Bend the knees and lift the tail. Bend the knees. Inner lines of the legs lift up and back. Feel the thumb and the forefingers strong, palms press away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Left leg to center, right leg long. Half splits. Let's walk our hands to our feet. Keep that split high. Forehead to nose. Nose to knee, I mean. Both legs forward fold. Inhale to rise up. Look up. Hands to heart. Step the left leg forward for warrior one. Widen your stance, toes forward, hips forward. We have a tendency to untuck the forward knee. So bend it so that it feels like it's at a 90-degree angle. And then twist your hips forward. Feel your arms strong, not your arms long, so your feet strong, arms up. Now you can choose to lift your heart, lift your belly. You might have your fingertips wide. You might like to have your hands together. Take your hands down. Plank position, lower. Inhale, open up the heart, maybe a little higher. Downward dog. You're warm now, probably. Just notice the temperature of your body. Be present to the changes. Right leg to center, left leg lift, half splits. Walk your fingertip towards your feet. Feel the half split. lower the feet, forward fold. Root to rise. Hands to heart. Right leg forward. Warrior one. Set yourself up. Stable and anchored. Strong in your legs, supported while your breath continues to move through you. A sense of awareness. A sense of presence. There's equanimity in the effort and the ease. Breathe into it. Take the hands down, knees up or down, plank position, lower. Open up the heart. A moment of upward dog. Shoulders away from ears. You could lift your knee, lift your belly. Lower down. All fours. Right leg forward. You might have blocks here. Scooch that left hip back. So let's practice having a 90-degree front foot pressing down. Practice opening up the left hip. And just you give yourself time to anchor. So let the lower half of the body settle down. Press back against the earth, both from the front foot and the lifting of the pelvic floor, the lifting of the belly while the tailbone roots down. Let your shoulders relax. Let the lower half of the body do the work while you inhale, open up. Maybe there's a deeper stretch available to you. Maybe you want to go easy and bring hands to heart. Find the just right place for you today. And breathe into it. Soften and surrender. Lower down. Half splits. So one of my teachers was giving us lots of cues on half splits. And I liked what I was learning. So to translate that for you guys today. So there's a reason why our spine is tall and we pretend like we're looking over the top of the foot. Really because it's about spinal health. So your tailbone's descending, you're feeling the pull of the heel. You might have blocks like me. Your shoulders are resting away from your ears. And so what we tend to do is feel just the traction. And the rest of the body just kind of relaxes. There's nothing wrong with that. But yoga is about not just duality, but it's about strength in the whole body. So we lengthen the spine rather than curve for the reason that our spine really likes to be lengthened. It's good for spinal health. And then from there, we come to our hip creases. So there's a tractioning and a lengthening at the same time. And you're playing around with your awareness. Don't hyperextend the knee. Just feel into the just right traction for you today. And then come back to that lunge. Untuck that back knee and feel the strength again of your legs. Feel anchored. Choose the layer of the block that you like or the floor and come into that twist. So how do you feel anchored and strong while buoyant above? Press down in the left hand, reach the right arm up. Feel the twist in your body. Breathe into it. See if you can let go of this idea that this is challenging and just feel the energy of the pose, the lightness, the energy that's happening by just being present with your breath. Take both hands down. Plank and lower. Open up the back body. Downward dog or child's pose. Nice time for that right now. Let's take 3 breaths. And feel the equanimity of this shape, the whole body aware and connected. Strong in your arms and your legs. Your legs are turned on. Your arms are turned on. Your spine feels open as you breathe. If you're in child's pose, come on up and join us in downward dog. Right leg center, left leg long. Step through, knee down. Choose your blocks, your block height, and give yourself time. So the hips can get really, really tight and inflamed. And so how do we meet those hips with breath and strength? Orienting, so orienting down while lifting up the heart. Nice long spine. Your head rests right over your heart. Your body is breathing itself, and there is strength below. The energy is turned on. But there's a whisper in your throat, an ease in your mind, like that clear water. Pure sattvic state of equanimity, in spite of the challenge of the heat, the changes. Lower down, half split. So notice how you have this internal sensation of awareness of your just right edge. It's not an external thing, right? You feel it in terms of temperature, pressure. Really make those internal adjustments from a place of agency. You're in the driver's seat. There's nothing to follow with me. There's an inner experience of following yourself. Feel that and trust that. It was all about personal well-being, and it is about selflessness, but it's about capital S, self-agency. And that means that whatever is divinely inspired or called for you is your highest good. What does that really mean? It means like whatever is the highest good for your life, that's what's the power of and the wisdom of the practice as a whole. So come on back to the knee bend. Untuck that back knee. Maybe your block is on a certain height. There's lots of choices. And set up so you feel super strong. Track that front knee right over the heel. Know that your back leg is strong. So set up stable, strong with your feet. And then from those roots, open up. Root to rise. Sense your openness. The strength is here and the challenge at the same time. Body is breathing itself. And you know it, you trust it. There's an opening, heart, fingertips to fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. Lower down, and then to a forward fold here. Maybe your feet are wider. You're going to take your thumb and fingertip around the big toe mounds. And you're going to press into those big toes. And then press down the four corners of the feet. Bend the knees a little bit. Bend the elbow. And just feel the strength and the stretch at the same time. So the stretch of the spine, the head long, and then the strength of your legs. You feel the abs turn on. You feel the back of the legs turn on. This is a strength stretch. And then release. Let's come down to the mat. We've warmed up really well. And we'll do some yin shapes now. So going down to staff pose. All warmed up. Press your heels away and just press your thighs down. Just give yourself a moment here. You can close your eyes. And see if you tend to be hyper strong, and see if you can back away like 20% and then hold the heels like this. And let's pretend that the anchor is dropping down, 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 down. I just did that and I could feel it right at the center of my spine. Inhale, open up. Feel your shoulders light. Let the heart lead the way. Let the belly lift. Spinal health. Keep your jaw soft. Forward again. And just see where you land. So my flexibility in this architectural position is not very much. There's not very far I can go. I can touch my toes, but it doesn't really gain anything in terms of spinal length. So I can feel a little shaking as I'm pressing my heels away, but the shaking is healthy for my body and I know it. So breathing in. Shaking is kind of an animal somatic release, and we are animals as creatures. So I can trust in the reason I'm shaking and allow it to just kind of shake off with each breath. Might feel uncomfortable to some degree, but not me right now. But just find your way. Now I'm just going to let my heels settle down and just feel the difference. I've still got the engagement of my heels. My knees are a little softer, but I actually have a little more space. So trust your own body. And both back lines are opening up, but you're very settled in your tailbone. There's an anchor there. And from the anchor, just feel the lightness above. How stable you feel when you connect. We'll inhale to come up. Let's widen the legs. If you have a prop to put underneath you, like a blanket, you can do that. It is really great to orient the pelvis back. Your knees want to be soft, not hyperextended. And let's do some side bends here first. So settle your spine. Take your left hand down and just let the right arm come up. And notice how you're anchored with both legs. Notice what it takes to orient that right hip down while your right arm comes up and over. And there's a new side bend to be had. And maintain a sense of curiosity about that. Like, what does it feel like? Where do you feel sticky? Where do you feel solid? Where do you feel smooth? Just maintain that curiosity. Come back to center, turn your palms up and just give that moment of neutral. Really pay attention to the whole right side of the body. Second side, inhale, anchor that left hip down. Up and over, a little side bend here. Maybe this side's totally different. There's less space or more space. Tent the fingers. And just find an arc for your spine. And notice how one side is condensed and this other side is very open. And you're navigating, you're re-securing the base. You're re-securing your awareness of your breath. You're coming home when your thoughts take you elsewhere. Coming home to the sensations. Coming home to your breath. And notice that that's part of the practice. Turn your palms up. Thumb and forefinger together. Notice. From here, arms up. Lean forward. Shoulders are relaxed. Heels press away. Drop your fingertips down. Inhale. Exhale, just creep your fingertips to the right edge. A place you want to stay for a while and explore. The fullness of your breath in spite of it all. Your heart sits at the center of the wings of your breath. You know that, and you trust that. And there's just more time and space for you to explore. There's a letting go. There should be no pain here. So if you have any pain in the inner leg and knees, you want to back away. We're going to come out anyway. Legs together. Remove the prop. Windshield your wiper, your knees one side, and then the other. All the running and hiking activity of the summer, the gardening, walking, the swimming. Our body feels that light inside our hips. So let's come to one side and let's pause. You could put the left heel on top of the right, feel the hip opener. You could scooch around to find something even more sweet for the upper hip. You could let your head drop back. That feels good. But find an opening for the hip that feels right. Settle and just be curious. You wiggle your toes around. Breathe into the front body. Come on back up. Switch sides. This side will feel totally different. You could probably drop back to your elbows if you've got that range of motion. You could drop back to elbows on the block. You could have a prop behind your back. These places in the hips, particularly where the rotator on its axis are really neglected places. So breathe into them. They're just sort of not seen and heard places in our hips. Just like the inner lines of the legs. They'll thank you later. So give yourself a few more breaths here. And then come on up. I'm going to come into happy baby next. Lots of hip openers today. And you could take the outer edges of the feet and just rock. Feel the back of your head, the back of your spine, getting a little massage. So again, we're feeling below the parts that touch the ground, and we are boats in a way with anchors, and we're feeling the anchored spots. We're imagining the clear landing place, fully connected. So the anchor feels solid. So come into happy baby still, because this is a subtle shape. And if you keep rocking on your own, that's what your body wants, just trust that. But if you're ready for stillness, you can trust that too. And time and space are interesting here. It's very subtle. So how do you negotiate, tune in to the subtle places in the inner thighs, while also anchoring a little bit more in your back body? The breath carries you. You feel it. Each breath a little bit more yielding. So we're in a yin posture now. And we're aware that we have time and we have space. So the body needs time and space to be able to let go and to trust. So we let the body know. Time and space for you. You have time to let go, to release. Full breath in, full breath out. Trust that inner knowingness. You've got more breath, more time. Two more full belly breaths. Really give yourself the time to feel that bottom of the balloon, middle, and top. And then emptying out and letting go, yielding. One more breath. Cross the right leg over the left or thread the needle. Take your hands like they're the bicycle handles, right around the ankles. Stack your knees. And then you can use your biceps to slowly coax the hips open a little bit more. You could wrap your arms right around your knees if that feels better. You can try that. But keep your heels pressing away. Whichever you choose is the right choice for you. You can also orient your tailbone down. That just changes the anchor of the stretch. So find that just right awareness, feeling, sensation. And it might feel really potent in your hip right now. So land there with awareness. Breathe into it. And offer a state of compassion. Your hips go through so much life. Your feet carry you every day. So recognizing it and acknowledging it is a way of saying hello. I'm living in my body in the fullness of this life. You might feel somewhere else in the body that isn't so potent, like the opposite. You can touch into that feeling. Then the belly rises and it falls again. Inhale to bring your legs towards the sky. Let that be neutral so you can roll your ankles around a little bit. Give yourself a little rock around, rock and rolling in the lower spine. Other direction. And then other leg on top. Now this side is probably very different than the other. We are not always even on each side of our body. So we give recognition again to that awareness. And there's a gentle coaxing of the shape. And you're cueing yourself inside. You're like, ah, yes, this is enough. Oh, yes, I'm backing away a little bit. And I'm breathing into this potency. It might feel like just one little region, and it might feel like a whole part of the leg. And the breath is soft. It's even. And you're opening up oxytocin. The more we pay attention with awareness, actually getting marbles in the jar or new neural pathway. to bring ease to the shape. Let your shoulders melt back and down. Let your jaw be soft. Now we've been upside down, so 2 more breaths, really full and bright. And we'll prepare for legs up the wall or supported bridge. You can take a wall like this and get yourself scooch up against the wall. It's helpful to bring your hips up against the wall. I have a little bit of a bureau here. You can scooch your legs up like so. And you could also have a bolster. You could take a block and put it underneath you if you wanted. And that just changes the shape a little bit. There's not a right or wrong way to do this. You can take your arms wide, you can take them over your head, you can let them be like gate posts. And when we are upside down, we are actually cleansing, we're purifying the effects of the practice. We're actually letting the blood flow down into the heart and we're recirculating the energy. So just know that this is a purifying, releasing practice with the aim of sattva, the state of evenness and balance. And you might bring to mind that image of the pure lake, boat floating, and feeling fully anchored. Let the body find relaxation. Now you can stay here as long as you like, but if you want to come into Shavasana, we're having a sweet, longer Shavasana today. To give our body constructive rest, which is the most important one of all. And you could stay a little longer and then choose Shavasana in the middle. So trust what your body needs. If you really love this feeling, stay with it. Wherever you are, just notice your connection. Feel the pull of the earth. And also the support at the same time. The bones are allowed to settle. You can scan from your feet to your thighs, to your hip bones, the back of the ribs, the back of the spine, the back of the shoulders, the back of the head, the back of the jaw, the back of the inner ear. Allowed to settle back and down like the sand at the bottom of the lake. And there's a buoyancy feeling, a clear water quality. And it feels like energy too. There's a sense of stillness and movement at the same time. We're going to do 21 breaths. You're going to count to yourself, but I'll start us off. So breathing down the center of the spine from the top of the head, that's 21. Exhale, release. 20. Breathing down from the top of the head, down the center of the spine to the root. And exhale to release. And so on, you're going to 19. And if you forget, go back to 21. Now release that breath practice and bring your whole awareness to your hands. Bring your full awareness to your hands. Awareness inside the depths of your hands. Your whole presence in your fingers, your joints, your palm, the inside and the outside of the skin. Bring your whole self and sense inside your hands. Now bring your one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And just bring your awareness of the warmth of your hands to your belly center and to your heart center. And feel the warmth of your own hands on your own body. Trust that feeling of warmth, connecting. Let the lower region of the body connect, that inner source of your core, your true nature. And let the heart region, the heart center energy, be held with a deep sense of connection and warmth too. And return to that anchor, that secure feeling of being held. All these points at the same time. You can roll to one side now, bend your knees, maybe pad your hands underneath your cheeks. Just give one moment of gratitude for the practice that you took time for today. And when you feel ready, come back to a seated shape. And if you get a little dizzy sitting up, just notice that. Really give time acclimated to a seated shape. Hands together in front of your heart. And remember what your intention was today. Notice how the practice influenced or was influenced by intention. What happened for you? What was your direct experience? Breathe into your awareness. Maybe there were images, maybe there were themes, feelings. Give them a little more space and acknowledgement. And may our every thought or every word and our every action be a reflection of that highest good and that deepest truth. Namaste, everybody.